This holiday season, every time you purchase a 12-ounce SnortBucks coffee, a portion of the proceeds will be given to the Penny Foundation, the world's premier charity dedicated to helping down-on-their-luck content creators pay their daily bills.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money. I need my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill.
So stop by your local SnortBucks today and help send some Penny their way.
Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
So, season's greetings and happy holidays from everyone here at GTG Network and Productions, DSPNEWS, the Snort Report, SnortBucks Coffee Company, Harsh Snorts Gin and Tonic, and sorry, Tim Snortons. Good God, that was unexpected, but kind of need to happen. All right, so this is 25 days of Goutmas. Hopefully you guys are doing well, and either this video or the next video should be our first stretch of that 25 days. So we should be getting into the 12 days after this, or at least the video that follows this one up. So that'll be cool. that will be cool. Now we'll get to some of the actual nonsense in the vortex, if that ends up being the case. It's been an interesting journey, I should say, but it was fruitful, and I thought it was rewarding, because if I didn't, then, you know, I wouldn't know if I didn't try it. So it is what it is on that. In any case, it might be fitting that this individual actually falls into this, being that, you know, he knew what it was like to make meaningful content, at least for himself, but he hadn't lost his way for various reasons. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be here with Wings of Redemption, but we'll be going through a filter. We'll be going through Lummox, big ups to him. And apparently Wings of Redemption wanted to go ahead and run a fade with his trolls. Now, if you know Wings, you know that he's stepped into the lion's den multiple times, to be honest with you. I've been meaning to go over those for the Wings report. I don't know why I didn't ever get to it, or if I did record it, I vaulted it. And I don't know, I might go back and listen to it. If not, I might just go ahead and give us a new look on it. But that'll be for next year. Because I haven't done a Wings report in a minute. But it'd be fun to actually go over and do that. Anyhow, Wings has ran fades with his trolls at least 3 times. It may have been even more than that. They almost never work out well. Not because his trolls aren't reasonable. It really comes down to the fact that Wings thinks he can manipulate people into seeing things his way. And when that doesn't work, he just disengages, which is typical lolcow behavior. So that's on brand for him. The reality is that if Wings wants things to change around him, he has to change it. Now, I know that most people would make the argument, oh, his trolls are there at every stop and they'll never let him breathe or have peace and this, that, and the third. And I just don't, as demonic as some of that shit can be over there, he's not buckled down the way he makes it out to be. He's not. First off, he needs to shut the fuck up. You don't need to blurt out every little thing that's going on with you. That's the first thing. Second thing is, do something that's actually going to change your life and stop going for quick fixes, which is what led the fucking troll armadas to be fucking constructed and then were out to go after his ass in the first place. The reason why the 1,000 troll armada that was sent out was because Wings wanted to get into basically his Helen of Troy bitch-made mood and shit, and wanted to beg for all that money for that surgery and didn't really get any goddamn results. To be honest with you, I think that right there is one of the major catalysts on why people are after his ass. It's not brought up so much anymore because it's well established. You should already know that Wings begged for about $25,000 for weight loss surgery, which goes back to the infamous rock bottom video that Sean Ranklin did. Shout out to Sean Ranklin. And it's been on and popping on his ass ever since. To be honest, the trolling before that moment was minor at best. But after the surgery that he failed, by the way, because why wouldn't he? That's when shit was really, that's when they really put the bounty on his motherfucking head. You know what I'm saying? And did people over there, some people I should say, did they take that shit too far? Did they touch the poo? Did they do all that? Sure they did. And most of them ended up paying the consequences for doing it. To be honest, most of them did. So, or they got pushed out in some type of way. And what's going on now isn't great. You know what I'm saying? I think that DSP should count his motherfucking lucky stars that he has the trolls that he has compared to what Wings has or what Christian has or Cobra's people weren't that bad, to be honest with you. It was when fucking Jessica Messica got in there. It's when Naked and Laughing and Jessica Messica got in there is when shit got bad, to be honest. And I hate to put that, I'd hate to put Cobra's blood on Jessica's hands, Jessica Messica, on her hands, but I kind of have to. She has as much blood on her hands as Nell does, as Naked and Laughing does. But that's a whole nother story for another day. That's a whole nother story for another day. But like I said, the trolling's bad, but he keep engaging with it. He keeps putting himself in vulnerable situations. Keep in mind, some of his trolls were former friends. Some of them were even mods and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he overexposed himself, and it is what it is. And truth be told, if he could go back to Twitch, he should. I don't think he can, and that's the reason why he hasn't. Because he got demonetized in the same way as DSP did. But the reality is that if you're going to be on YouTube, put out videos. There's plenty of bullshit that's going on, good or bad, in the Call of Duty space, let alone in the first-person shooter space. He has plenty of options that he could talk about. He's just too lazy to do it because his name doesn't carry what it should. You're not going to pull 100,000 views a video. If fucking... I'm sorry. If 402 Thunder is not pulling 100,000 a video, and it hurts my soul to say that, because he's clearly more than capable of doing it. But he doesn't really do a lot of edited content anymore. He likes doing his live commentaries on his secondary channel. And I get it. It's, you know, it's quick, it's easy, it is what it is. But if 402 Thunder is not pulling, you know, 100,000, 70,000, even 60,000 views currently, then what the hell does Wings think he's going to be able to pull even 50,000? You got to be reasonable. You know what I mean? You just got to be reasonable. You got to live within your fucking means and expectations. And that's what it was. And his whole time on LolCow, he had all the opportunities to promote his channel and also put out the content, like the actual content, not streaming, not that garbage over there, pity fucking his variation or rendition of the Bottom Bitch podcast. I mean, actually put out content that's Call of Duty related, which is within his wheelhouse. Or even his Dark Souls playthroughs or whatever the fuck. Instead of doing that, you know what I'm saying? Because he was scared of the disappointment, which he's going to have to deal with either which way, he just went ahead and kept eating out of the trough that fucking Keemstar laid for him. And now look, he was probably the first one to get up out of there. But in the end, he's going to need to go back just to bail Boogie out. You know what I'm saying? And then at the time that I'm recording this, allegedly, like it's fucking degenerate Pokemon over there on LolCow Live or LolCow Universe, apparently another pedophile in their ranks has been exposed. So whatever, we'll get to that when we get to that. I've been on LolCow Live's neck all year for the most part. I need a break. But big ups to like Ozzy Cobbs, like Huggy Show, Lebrowski. Big ups to them because they carrying the torch and that. Even LolCow Alert. To be honest with you, that's a mess over there, boy. That's a mess. I don't know how some of y'all put up with my coverage of that bullshit. Because Jesus Christ, it's a mess over there. It's horrible shit. like Keem has. It just goes to show that, like, if you're a terrible person, you'll attract terrible people and whatnot. And that's exactly what Keem did. Like, most of those people that were in that Discord were just human trash. And now you ain't sat there and giving them a platform, and they just proved exactly what people had said. That's insane. Insane. The easiest, not even the easiest, one of the most profitable concepts that Keem has ever came up with, and he somehow fucked it up. Insane. Insane. Anywho, that's a whole nother story for another day. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the homie Lummox. We're going to go over this Wings video. He wants to take on his trolls. I thought it'd be a festive type thing, see how this works out. And we'll play it off from there. Let's give proper introductions, and then let's get started. He should be at the top of the list. Yeah, because he was initially supposed to be the first video of 25 days, and I had to push him back. It is what it is. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Lummox, the hired hoodlum. Wings of Redemption versus Trolls. This is from November 23rd of 2025. The link, as usual, will be down in the description. Without further ado, I don't smell no holiday chili. You know what? Fuck it. Pepsi power bombs for everybody. Let's go ahead and get into this shit. I'm tired of waiting. Here we go.
Damn, son, you can't find this on the internet.
You know what? That could be an actually pretty good flavor for SnortBucks, if I think about it. Or that could literally be a dope ass hard Snorts gin and tonic and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been kind of on my mixology bullshit for a little while now. But I'm feeling kind of creative right now. That could, I could legit turn that into a drink, bro. I'm gonna think on that. Don't take my idea, but I'm gonna think about. Go ahead. I put it out there for a reason. But I'm thinking about that. Fucking Pepsi power bomb. I'm gonna turn that shit into a drink. That'd be funny as hell, bro. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to put out a fucking menu of all kinds of low-cal drinks and coffee and shit. I've been meaning to do that for a while. Cause, some ideas were given to me a bunch of years ago. I have all that stuff written down somewhere. I need to just turn that shit into a bunch of menu items. That'd be hilarious. I'll get on it. I'm gonna get on that. That's gonna be fun. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Pepsi power bombs for everybody. SnortBucks is on me. You guys know how this all works. Without further ado, here we go.
Damn, son, you can't find this on the internet. Damn, son, you can't find this on the internet. I found it on the internet.
I found it on the internet.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Turn the lights on. Turn the light on. What up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? I need to make a new thumbnail.
I feel like he's getting wider and wider every time I see him. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Okay. What's my KD? That's a good question. My KD is this. This is my stats. Everybody that actually cares.
All right, let's see what we're working with here. He has a 1.74 win-loss, and he has a 2.14 KD, which is average, basically. Like I said, if you're not running a 2.5 to a 3.0, you're basically running as an average. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's the, if you're going by the old statistic, by the normal statistic, that would probably be considered above average.
This is what they look like. Move the camera a little bit here.
Damn, he's already 1 day in? Shit. 1 day, 6 hours and 4 minutes. God damn. Wait, he's already 1 day into it? Wait a second. He's 1 day into this shit. When did this come out? Lumix put this video out on the 23rd of November, so this is really from like the 22nd, probably. So, damn, he's already got a day in. I mean, this is all he does, so I guess it's no surprise, because he has to grind weapons out and for attachments and shit like that. I get it.
Decent. How's it going? All right, let me go ahead and jump in. All right, so to do a little bit of different on the day stream, we're going to do an open voice channel. So if you're part of the Discord, and you want to be a part of the stream today, we have an open stream. We'll most likely have some type of moderation going on. So if you want to come in and do all the trolling stuff, you're most likely just going to get banned. So,
I mean, shit, DSP won't even do this. Like, troll stuff aside, DSP won't even talk to his fans anymore because he knows how dented they all are, and he doesn't want to further get exposed for basically attracting retards to himself, which sucks to suck, but you know what I'm saying? You are the tribe that you attract, so I don't know why DSP's so mad about it. He should embrace it. He don't mind taking their fucking disability and social security checks, but he don't want to talk to none of them. Shameful. Just shameful.
Do with that what you will. Dude, I tried to eat solid food today. My stomach's still hurting. What up, Plip?
I don't believe that shit. You see, if you've seen him pack away as much Zaxby's and whatnot as I've seen, because I watch a lot of Lummings and Breaking Banquet. If you see, big ups to them. If you've seen how much fucking Zaxby's this cat ain't put down or put away, yeah, no. If he had I think it was like a stomach clamp. I think he had, because I don't think he had any of his stomach removed. I think he had a clamp put on. I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first. But if that's the case, he ain't busted that band a long ass time ago, as far as I'm concerned. Holy shit. Like, it's almost like he went out of his way to condition himself to be able to eat what he was eating while the band was on, which is insane, if that was what the case is. I'm pretty sure they didn't cut his stomach out.
What up, Plip? Oh, that's right. I don't have to do this. What's up, Pimp? Pimp? Okay. It did it that time. It did it that time. Oh. You can't hear I'm talking to. That is going to be...
And why the fuck isn't Wings and DSP playing co-op in Call of Duty or Battlefield? Like, this is a wasted opportunity, bro. You want to sit there and talk to Wings and basically talk down to him about how much better your life is compared to him, but you don't want to co-op in no Call of Duty or nothing with him? Lame. Absolutely fucking lame.
This little issue. All right, so now talk again.
Yo.
Yo, there we go.
Everybody reported. Fuck a midget. Fuck the shit out of him. Dude, I was looking at the back doggy style, and it looked like I'm fucking a 6-year-old.
Yo, Wings 007 owns your ass. We're coming after Jonathan Allen, aka Pinky. We're coming after T. We're coming after Miles Arnett, 1-2 cents. Fucking pedophile. Fucking fat faggot.
Oh my god, you're such a
Yourself, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're that dedicated. Yeah,
Yeah.
it, like the stream just started, dog. Like,
It is what it is. It's best to ignore that shit, dude.
The reason why is because Wings doesn't actually have a retort to it. He really don't. Like, yeah, he said what he said. He said that it was his shock jock phase. He was trying to go for shock value. He didn't mean it. He's apologized multiple times. And it something like that don't go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about, like, I follow the comedy scene and what I wanted to try to slide some of that in for 25 days. I don't think I'm gonna have the chance to, because they had that whole comedy tour over there overseas and shit. And I wanted to give you some of the reactions and just the hypocrisy on that, but I'll save that for another day. The reality is a bunch of comedians went overseas, grabbed that blood money or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Before they went over there, they said they were going to get a paycheck. It was one of the biggest paychecks that some of these guys were ever going to get, so they went over there and got it. Now that they came home and shit, motherfuckers are desperate to fucking get that money to a charity and all kinds of other crazy shit. No one wants to take it. Anyway, look at the Austin comedy scene, right? Not everybody, but some of those people, mainly those who are around Joe Rogan and shit. Those guys are dudes that came out of LA. They said all those crazy ass shits and this, that, and the third. They went over there to Austin thinking that they were going to be able to, like, change, basically turncoat and shit, and think they were going to clean the acts up. And people still heckled them with some of the lame ass, wild ass shit that they said. And you can't run away from that. And that's the reason why most of them moved to Austin in the first place. Not just because Joe Rogan was out there, but because they wanted to save space for all the criticism that they were taking. It is what it is. So, and whatnot. You got to be mindful of the shit that you say. And if you're going to say it, you got to own it. Because there's going to be always someone that remembers. You know what I'm saying? The internet at large remembers. You got to eat that. You got to eat that. You just can't sit there and say whatever. And if you really have moved on from it, and you're really willing to, you are really better, right? And you really are doing better, then stop saying it and actually do it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, there's a grown-ass men and women out there in Austin that talk that hot shit, and you're not seeing none of it. So it is what it is. It falls into that same category. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And I get it. Comedy is comedy and it's subjective and whatever, but that doesn't make you guys above criticism. Even as a comedian, criticism's par for the course. It is what it is. You're not absolved to that.
Like, these dudes want to champion something because they want to be a part of something. That's all they want to do. Hey, Gas Giant, thank you for the $50, man.
Boy, I hope Wings knows who that dude is because them chargebacks are in full effect. You know what I'm saying? Camelot was just one victim. The VTubers have been fighting that shit off for a minute. It's not gonna be long until the lol cows start getting it too. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be long. I mean, shit, theoretically, LTG already got hit with that shit from his alleged fraudulent whatever it was over there on Kick. He's got to be careful about his Twitch and his YouTube because remember, you got months. You got months that you can let that shit go. You know, I don't condone troll tipping or whatever, but just saying, like, you got months. You can literally, I think you have up to like 4 to 6 months before you can start charging all that shit back. That's a lot of money to get hit with all at once. So Wings, DSP, they need to be careful around, I don't know, March, April next year, if something doesn't happen sooner.
Holy shit, Redface just donated $500 again.
Oh my god, Redface, you dog.
Dog, give me a second, Redface. Holy shit, dude, you donate too much. Like, honestly, dude, it's Christmas time, man. Redface says, I'm not much of a pocket watcher or show money, but I'm thinking of giving a gift to Kelly is what she recommends. It'll be to make your reputation look better.
You can already see the things working in his head. Kelly getting anything? What? Nah, pimp, that's my money.
I mean, I can give Kelly a grift, but it's going to make me take a couple days off. Because, like, what Kelly wants for Christmas is 2 things. Well, 3 things. She wants to...
Well, baby's not in there, so we can go ahead and mark that off the list.
Go to the Statue of Liberty. She wants me to black out her bow tie, well, her Ford badges, and she wants a plaque for her diploma.
Oh, okay. Like, okay, the third one is easy work. The second one, I don't know. I mean, is she going to wreck that car in like 6 months? I'm not sure how we're going to feel about that. And then the first, as it pertains to the trip to the Statue of Liberty, yeah, you should do that. Like, everybody should go out to the Statue of Liberty at least once. So I don't think that's a big deal. And I don't think you'll be gone for a few days. So I don't see what the problem is. But because Wings sees everything in dollars and cents in kind of the same way as DSP does, he has to make excuses for everything. So all par for the course.
And
someone dropped $500 and said, hey, get Kelly something nice. And your first thing is to make excuses. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy work.
Obviously, if we're going to the Statue of Liberty, I want to go too. And
yeah,
oh, were you going to send Kelly by herself? Okay, so Kelly was looking to get her back busted in, I guess. Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Fair enough.
Everybody who donates and mods for Wings getting...
You're not... First off, you're not even Wings 007 Playboy. Go away.
No, Dork, why
who donates to get fucking swatted and doxed next.
Hold on. Quit.
Nobody's not getting doxed. Everybody's getting swatted and doxed.
So
quit.
Do you realize what you're doing right now, right? Like, you're setting yourself up for litigation. You realize this, right?
Okay, this comes from the fact that Wings was able to get one guy. One guy ended up getting I think it was Wingtings, to be honest with you. I think he ended up getting caught up on some shit. I think he's the only person who got caught up literally got caught up in some legal shit and whatnot. So Wings throws it out there and whatnot. There's guys that were around before Wingstings was, if this is the right guy. There was people around before Wingstings that was putting in work, and none of them cats got arrested or anything like that. So, and Wings ain't suing nobody. He doesn't want to go through the trouble or the problems. If that was the case, he'd have sued fucking Wings 007 a long ass time ago. He's not doing that. He's not doing that shit. And Wings 007, literally, he could reach out and touch him. And he don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So let's quit about who's suing who. No one's doing any of that.
As soon as somebody gets fucking fucking swatted, they're gonna come after you. And you think like a Jason Voorhees mask is gonna stop that, man? Think about what you're doing to your life. It's not that worth it. It's not worth what you're doing.
People shouldn't support pedophiles. People shouldn't support.
First off, I'm not a pedophile.
I don't know. Given some of them jokes you said, I'd beg to differ. Any person who would sit there and say that the age of consent needs to be dropped to 12, that says something, bro. That says something. You guys aren't right out of the motherfucking caves and shit. You guys had to mass reproduce or whatever. I think we're past that. I think we're way past that. So that's not even something to joke about. I don't even know how you could joke about something like that. You know what I mean? But whatever. I know in most comedy circles, as long as it's funny, it's acceptable. How do you make something like that funny, bro? I don't even want to know because I don't care.
Fat pedophiles club.
How am I a pedophile? Name my victim.
Bro, age of consent 12?
That's a...
Well, and that, what about those two 16-year-olds that were like, they're females? What about those two 16-year-olds that you went and had some of those weird little flirting sessions during, I want to say he was playing Call of Duty at the time and whatnot, and you knew what those girls' ages were, and you were talking to them kind of All right, whatever.
Statement. That's a statement you can say in bad taste.
Assault Queen and Shay?
Normal, well-adjusted people don't say shit like that.
Again, name a victim. Name a victim. Who have I sexually assaulted?
That was against doctor's orders.
That was not against doctor's orders.
Oh, he's talking about that enema shit. Okay, how does this work? It was whatever that chick was that he was messing with and taking care of her kids and shit. Was it Shanice? Because I don't think Brandy had kids. It was either Brandy or Shanice, one of those two. Anyway, the kid, one of her children was constipated or something along those lines. And Wings is like, yeah, let's give the kid an enema. And it's like, wait, what? Just give the kid some laxative or some shit. You know what I mean? Or take him to a doctor or something. But I was thinking, yo, just give the kid some laxative or whatever and it'll pass. And whatever. But Wings gave the kid an enema and the fuck? Like, it's not your kid. Like, first off, his mother should have given, if you guys really felt the need to give him an enema, his mother should have did it, not you. Two, his mother should have just given him a laxative or something. That'd probably been far easier on everybody's part. Yeah, that's weird, bro. That's not your kid, bro. I understand he lives in your house. You were feeding him, you were clothing him and all that, but he's not your kid. You know what I'm saying? You should have let his mother deal with that. Or, yet again, take him to the doctor.
The doctor said it was a mental issue, yes or no?
Again, were you at the doctor's office? The doctor said if he's having issues with this, give him an enema.
They said give him an enema before giving him a laxative. What? All right.
Again, why are you doing all this? Like, all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. You're causing yourself to have a life fallout, man. Like, because guess what? If you hurt somebody, I'm going to press charges against you.
Everything about you is a failure.
Like I think you're so young that you don't realize what you're doing, man.
Well, you can have your fucking opinion.
I hate when he does that. I hate when he tries to use people's age or education levels, and one of which is tied to their age more often than not, to try to like down talk them or try to bully them into like not engaging with the bullshit or whatever, instead of actually attacking or addressing their actual points. He always goes for that, which that in itself is creepish. Doesn't it make him a pedophile? No, but it's creepy as shit. It's creepy as shit that everybody you argue with, the first thing you do is like, what's your age, man? How old are you? Like, what? The fuck's that got to do with anything?
But I don't value it because I don't take opinions.
Especially when Wings is as immature as most of the people that troll him. So what's the point of that? Oh, I swear to God, bro, I wish that I need to go over it because I haven't done it yet. That Wings 007 versus fucking Locale Live, because that's what it was. It wasn't the fair one that I think 007 should have got. That 1v1 between Wings and Wings of Redemption and Wings 007. It was basically Wings 007 versus Locale Live. Boy, if I could have coached him on that shit, Jesus Christ. Because yet again, 007 tried to appeal to Keem and Boogie and like their sensibilities and morals and shit, and they don't have any. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Wings 007 had to have known that going in. But boy, if I could have turned back the clock and shit and coached him on that shit, I would have had him attack fucking I would have had him attack not Keem. I would have had him attack Boogie first, then let Wings come in for the assist, and then slam the shit out of Wings and whatnot, and bring up all the PKA shit and all that bullshit. But see, I don't know if 007 could have been able to do that, because 007 was, at least, he was cool with some of those PKA guys for a while because they used to promote his videos and shit. So I don't even know if he could even use that as an angle. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really think about that. I'll go over that video eventually. I've been meaning to do it, but like I said, they basically jumped 007. It wasn't the fair one that they made it out to be. They literally jumped him. Shit, and like I said, all three of them are immoral pieces of shit. So there was no way 007 was winning it on the way he thought, on the grounds that he was trying to fight them. It wasn't gonna work like that.
Like
he tried. I'll give him that much, but. Like, when you got three people who don't have any type of fucking real morals or values or whatever, what's that tell you? You know what I'm saying? Fucking, especially in hindsight, Boogie wishes he had met his little mail order bride when she was even younger than when he did meet her. I guess he wanted to get the grooming established early. And then fucking Keemstar is he's literally harboring pedophiles over there. You know what I'm saying? It's not just fucking fist behind the camera. And on his bullshit, there are other people that are coming up in their ranks that are pedophiles that they know are pedophiles. So, you know what I'm saying? Because even with the CD-ROM shit, they weren't trying to just get rid of him right away. They wanted to publicly shame him, and then they were going to keep his ass around. If CD-ROM didn't get the fuck out of there when he did, Team would have more than likely have kept him. There was no sensibility around that bullshit. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Literally, your profile picture is somebody else. You're pretending your screen name is somebody else entirely because you're not Wings007. We know who you are. You're OVO. You basically run Conway Well Watchers. Yes, that's who you are. You're the same guy in the Jason Voorhees mask, and you have a police. You literally have a police like profile already made on you. I know.
How do you know? And are you gonna dox him? Because it sounds like he's kind of building up to do so.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the guy in the Jason mask. This is OVO, and I run the Conway Well Watchers.
I mean, he sounds like OVO though, so it's not like that's a big deal. So it's not like that was a big revelation. So it is what it is on that.
I found words even hurt is if there's like a hint of truth behind them.
One of the guys called me a pedophile.
Oh my god.
You guys are so retarded. It's unbelievable.
No, it was
pretend to be Wings007. Man.
Yeah, like you're sitting there pretending to be stuff. Like what's wrong? Did somebody not love you or something in life? Like I'm asking you this because
okay, well let me ask you that because we know your mom didn't love you. We knew your father ain't sat there and left you basically with your mother for as long as he did and whatnot. So I mean, you of all people know what that's like. So what are you doing? Projecting upon him? Just saying. Or is that what you're going to use as your defense for someone who actually knows enough about you to call you out on your bullshit? Oh, well, you know, I didn't have the greatest relationship with my mom. Yeah, I know that. I mean, she ain't sat there and give birth to three of y'all with three separate men because I guess none of them were willing to commit to her and whatnot. That is what that is, I suppose, and whatnot. And then she treated you like the redheaded stepchild while your sister basically came up to be the town bicycle, like just like her mama. She must get it from her mama. And then your brother's a drug addict and a fuck up. So you see how that goes, and your mother loves them more than they love you. That's crazy, bro. Well, whatever.
Because I want to know, like, who hurt you?
Who hurt you? Troll concern. I hate shit like that. It's so annoying. It's amusing at times, but it's annoying. Who hurt you? Who touched you?
Who hurt? Like seriously, like who?
You see, this is that dumb shit that he gets from Reddit. And he thinks that actually works when he don't realize that the people on Reddit who do that, they're doing it to meme. Like, it's sarcasm. Like, no one really does that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if you've actually watched Internet Blood Sports, like, back in its day and shit, no one did fucking lame-ass gay shit like this. You wanna know why? Because that shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get down to it, you gotta fucking produce fucking receipts and whatnot. And you gotta hammer the point home until that person breaks. You don't do troll concern bullshit like this. This is what motherfuckers who think they're fake intellectuals try to do to get their fucking point across, and it always fails. You're just projecting.
You're making fun of somebody for somebody's like, yeah, I had a bad take. Yeah, and
you've had a bunch of bad takes, and you've made fun of a shitload of people too. You did a lot of that from damn near day one.
Apologize for that. I should have never said the age of consent comments.
But you did, and you got to own it. You got to eat that. If you're sorry about it, you're sorry about it. Cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you got to eat that. You got to eat that. And it only hurts you as long as you let it hurt you. And it's clear that it hurts you. So you're not even past it. So how do you expect anybody else to get past it?
Never should have done that. Person. And I said it in shock value, and I regret doing it to this day. Right? But I've never hurt anybody. I've never sexually assaulted anybody. Hell, if you don't count like minor traffic laws, I've never broken a law.
I don't know, man. That Pepsi power bomb is a whole other thing in itself. And then you smacking the shit out of Kelly in that car. And then all the threats about how you would shoot somebody in the kneecap and you pistol whip the fuck out of. I don't know, man. Them sound like threats to me, bro. And that sounds like that's something actionable if people cared enough back then to do it. I mean, I can keep going if you want.
Yo, can you back us out of matchmaking?
Yeah. I have a clean fucking record. I do charity work every.
What the fuck's that mean? Okay, I don't like this either. Like this whole thing about hiding behind charity, thinking that it makes you a good person. Nah, that don't work, champ. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whatever little backwater situation that you're in over there, you know what I'm saying? If you're giving to the local kids, all well and good. That doesn't shield you online, bro. No one cares. That doesn't give you any brownie points. It is what it is. I'm not saying that I don't give a shit about charity. What I'm saying is no one should come up there and use charity and make it seem like no one should use charity and try to present that as that makes you a good person. You know what I'm saying? There are serial killers who have given money to charity or who have done charitable works and acts. What does that mean? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Every fucking year. But you choose to.
Your roommate does charity work. Your roommate.
Yeah, and it is really mainly Kelly who does that shit, to be honest with you. Not to say Wings hasn't done charity work in the past or his mother didn't prod his ass into doing so. If you know, you know. But he has done some charity work in the past. But Kelly's really the spearhead behind that shit now.
Does the charity work.
Kelly, can you come here, baby?
Damn, and that too. Using Kelly as a shield? God fucking damn, bro. She ain't as wide as she used to be. You shouldn't be doing that, bro.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
That's what Wings do, though. Everybody around him is a resource. He used to use Woody and Kyle the exact same way back in the day when he was on PKA and shit. And whatnot, whenever he was getting criticized. So it is what it was.
Kelly. Okay, baby. It does not require pants. I
married someone so old
that
she's already in
the
bed.
camera's only on me right now.
Okay, yes.
So
How can I help you?
they're trying to.
I mean, if that's the case, I'd love some French toast, some pork chops with applesauce, and that'd be it. Actually, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, that'd be great. I'll take some French toast and some pork chops. That'd be great.
Say that the charity work only you want to do it, and I get drug along with it.
No, actually, if he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
100%.
He doesn't want to do anything.
Do I ever do?
The thing is, though, too, right? Let's be honest with each other here. She understands what the situation and the circumstances are. She really, and don't be wrong, she ain't bucked a couple of times and made Wings look stupid. I get it, but you really think she's gonna sit there and fucking turn on Wings right now in that particular situation? You really think that's a thing? To be honest, this is like if he was in court for murder and they were like, oh yeah, we need your wife to take the stand. I can't do that in most jurisdictions. I'm not sure in all jurisdictions, but in most jurisdictions, you can't testify against your not sibling. Sorry, holy shit. Sorry, backwater corn pone country person. Anyway, you can't testify against your spouse. That's not a thing. So this is like no different. Like she's not gonna sell him out on this. It's just not a thing, especially as small as this is.
Do I ever do anything I don't want to do?
You do not.
Am I twisting your arm to say anything right now?
You are not.
I mean, you didn't mind smacking the fuck out of her not too long ago, so I mean, anything's possible. And that's and that's what happens when you don't have any forethought on your actions. Like that abuse that he put on her in Fat Camp is gonna follow him no matter what. And he'll never be able to explain that away. He can say he's sorry. He can say it was an accident. He can say whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that shit's on camera. Same thing with fucking Fist behind the camera and that audio that's out there on his ass. He's never going to be able to explain that shit away.
Every year I ask about it. Every year I want to do it.
And we've gotten the book bags packed up, and we've gotten footballs and soccer balls and some school.
On top of the fact that this is all a very convenient write-up. I just thought I'm going to point it out there. You guys may say, hey, Golden, you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel, man. That's kind of fucked up. It's true. It's true. Wings is always complaining about his taxes. You think charity doesn't help serve a purpose? It's utilitarianism. It is what it is. It's his right as an American to go ahead and write off charity on his taxes. He doesn't have to. Keep that in mind.
Supplies,
what happened at the beginning of the day that didn't happen online? What happened? We had a yard sale where we're going to take all the money and give to the orphan children. Is that what we did?
Okay, more charity. Congratulations. More tax write-offs. Congratulations.
I don't care about any of this.
You don't care. Oh, you don't care about this. Oh, why don't you care about this?
Because it's all bullshit. Your entire life is a lie. Why would I believe anything that you say about anything ever?
Why would you?
Stormy Monday, bro.
That's funny. It's like he said, why would I believe anything that you say ever? Why would you? Like, yeah, thanks, Wiz, for answering that dude's question. Holy shit. Or reinforcing it.
On God.
That's crazy.
It's not Wings 007. Like,
I'm joking.
No,
Is
it's
that
not Wings 007. This is OVO from the Conway Will Watchers Discord. That's who I am.
Oh. I came in here, not gonna lie, I'm eating dinner, and I see Wings and I see 007 here. I'm like, man, I want to see this shit go down.
It's not even Wings 007, dude. Like, he's like pretending to be him. He looks up to him. Like, how do you look up to such a dorky person?
You're telling me who I look up to, and you're sitting here playing fucking Call of Duty with a 470 pound.
I don't pretend
You're
to be
sitting here
Wings
playing Call of
Redemption.
Duty
You're
with
sitting
a
here pretending to be Wings
470 pound.
See how Wings has this guy have the other two fighting his battles and shit? This is 4-on-1 basically. You got Kelly, Wings, and then the other two guys in fucking Discord versus this one guy. Keep that in mind.
That pedophile slob.
So it's actually, in a lot of ways, if you think about it, it's kind of ironic that this dude kind of has I guess he has his 007, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's using the name of 007 right now, whatever, because this is what happened to 007. He was going up there on Locale Universe or Locale Live, expecting to get a 1-on-1 with Wings, and it turned into a 3-on-1 . So there you go.
Who does nothing.
What are you doing in here, bro? You're just here to like gay out, bro.
Yeah, dude.
What am I doing here? I'm
007,
here
bro.
to try to stop people from supporting pedophiles. That's my objective.
Again, won't you go to Dr. Disrespect's chat then?
No, it's not.
Well, if you want to play that angle, Wings, who did Dr. Disrespect hurt? Who did he offend against? Why isn't he in jail? I'm just saying. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not defending anybody, but his same little excuse can be used towards Doc too. And then the thing with Doc is even more skewed. You know what I'm saying? But we'll tackle that another day. I got a lot to say about that. But the Dr. Disrespect shit is skewed as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because do we know if it's male or female? Do we actually know what the nature of what they said? He said it was inappropriate. So let's say, for example, if it was a fucking male, dude, that could easily have just been locker room talk about fucking chicks and shit, which is clearly still wrong. But it could be as simple as that. If it's a female, where is she? And whatnot. Everybody's quick to protect this alleged person as if it's as if they're moving around like they don't even know if this person even exists. They have no clue. They don't have no clue. But sorry, we'll say that for another day. You know what I'm saying? But if Wings can sit there and say, oh, well, name me the victim, or show where he offended, show who he actually hurt, right? Why hasn't charges been brought on him? Can't you say the same thing about Doc? I'm just throwing it out there.
What about
like I said, I'm not condoning or defending either one of them, but I'm just saying.
What about this person? What about this person?
No. Like, go to Doctor. Let me help you out. The entire Minecraft community. EDP 445.
Okay, EDP is probably an easier one to go to if you want, but still. And he went out there. You could definitely get like EDP. He should have started off with EDP. He should have led with that instead of Doc, because EDP actually went out there looking for how did he refer to this shit? Cupcakes from I don't even want to name the age, but he was out. But that's what fucking EDP was looking for, cupcakes. So you can definitely pin his balls to the wall on that bullshit, which is the reason why he's choosing EDP and he doesn't want to stay on that Doc shit, because the Doc shit don't really hold up. So now he's got, well, wait a second, the excuses that I'm using, you could easily go ahead and use that for Doc. So, well, let me go to EDP then. Okay, fair enough. So what are we going to do? We're going to just keep pushing the goalpost back? Just try to find someone who's progressively worse and hope that sticks? Okay, if you say so.
There's people that are actual pedophiles that you could be putting this energy towards. But no, you're putting it towards me. Have you ever noticed that every time I work with somebody, nobody ever has anything really bad to say against me, and people want to work with me again? Like, Buff came in and bought a membership just the other day because he wants to work with me on Nerds, right? Sweet Tea wanted me.
So wait, you want to go ahead and pull up the people from LCU? Now, don't get me wrong. I shit on LCU a lot for good reason. And not everybody over there is a degenerate. A lot of them are weird. They're probably all weirdos, but they're not all degenerates. But that's what you want to do? You want to poach people from an ecosystem that is literally dependent on you and was dependent on you to justify people wanting to work with you. There's no morals and values over there in the LCU. Name somebody outside of Keem's realm of influence who wants to fuck with you, Wings. Don't worry, I'll wait.
By name to work with her there. Boogie is still my fucking friend. Keem is still...
You don't have friends. We already saw that with Woody's gamer tag, so womp womp to that.
My fucking friend. There's nobody that has anything bad to say about me in my personal life.
What the fuck are you talking about? Fucking Keemstar, Boogie, and pretty much everybody else, to be honest with you, exploited you the week of Fat Camp and the weeks afterwards for the beating and shit that you ain't put on Kelly. The Pepsi power bomb and then the smack that you ain't giving her in the car. They exploited that shit for a good week or two. And then they took shit for domestic abuse. And then not too long after, fist behind the camera situation happened. So what are you talking about?
I don't think you have bad attention.
And then you denied and said that it was in the heat of the moment. Then you try to say it was staged. Then you try to go back to the heat of the moment bullshit. Then you try to say the big guy, I can't remember what that guy's name was, Kevin or Ken. You said that you didn't think it was Kelly. It was Ken that was behind you. And you thought you were shoving him off of you and whatever. So your story kept changing. Fuck you talking about?
Tensions, bro. I feel like it was a joke that was taken out of context.
It was. It's 17 years ago. The joke can almost legally vote at this fucking point. And this guy is using it to white knight. And the problem is he hates his life. What do you hate about your life?
I hate my life.
Dude, here's the thing, right? Like, if that was the case, you would have been like Boogie, and you would have been dating someone like way younger than you. But like you and Kelly are close in age. It's like,
every girl.
He needed Kelly because of stability, right? Like, remember, if you know Kelly's lore, she was Smelly Kelly back in the PKA days and shit, and they were supposed to meet up for a date, and she left him hanging or whatever. He started dogging her and talking shit on the show. So did fucking Woody and Kyle, mainly Kyle, and then he ended up marrying the chick later. You know how fucking crazy that shit sounds? Anyway, he only married Kelly because of stability. She had insurance. She had good insurance. Wings needed it. That was it. End of story.
Girlfriend I've ever had has been my age. Every single one of them.
Dude, but here's the thing. Like, what do you want him to do with what he said 18 years ago? Like, what do you want?
Nothing. There's nothing that he can do. He just has to sit there and accept it. And that's the problem that Wings is having. Instead of just being, he's got to own it. He's got to eat that shit. He don't want to eat it. He wants to keep coming up with excuses why he shouldn't be held to that. Then do better. Well, he can't do better because he's too fucking lazy and he's too fucking stupid. Well, all right then. So then you're going to have to take everything that comes with it. There ain't no more free lunches around here, bruh.
Him to do.
I want him to.
And then he's quick to criticize other people for whatever the fuck he feels like at the moment, but he don't want no criticism back. That's another problem in itself.
Not double down on the disgusting.
I didn't. I just apologized. I just apologized.
I apologized for them and denounce them. Is what I wanted to do. Not try to justify.
I just did that. I just did that.
He was a 23-year-old kid whenever he said them. That's bullshit.
The guy in the chat's asking if he could be unmuted. If they can unmute him.
No,
that guy's literally a troll, dude.
No,
you're talking to the guy who's running one of the biggest troll fucking discords right now, but you don't want to mute another random troll. All right, bro.
Come in here playing clips, you just get muted and you never get unmuted.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, look, it's Mario. What's up, Mario?
Mario, thank you for the donation, by the way, man. I'm sorry I haven't got around to it.
$500 more to this fat slob for doing nothing.
Why do you
keep doing it?
Okay, like, granted, I am a fat slob and I have not been taking care of myself. I will give you this, right? Because that is correct information.
Starting to sound like Vito with this bullshit.
But you sit here slandering my name and smearing me across this thing with this campaign.
I don't know, man. You did a lot of the work for them, to be honest with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't be wrong. I'm not justifying everything that the Wings troll community did, but let's also be honest with each other. Wings did a lot of the heavy lifting on his own. Just saying. Same thing with fucking DSP, same thing with LTG, the same thing with Review Tech USA, same thing with Chris Chant. Like, I mean, I can go down the rabbit hole with this shit. We can run the gauntlet if you want. You guys did a lot of this shit on your own. You're just mad that people comment on it. You're mad that people laugh about that shit and get spread around even further. At the end of the day, you got to eat it because no one else has to.
Of hate.
If I come out here, dude, and I fucking go on some crazy ass racist rant about whatever the fuck, do you think anybody's gonna give a fuck about, oh, well, Golden had a bad day? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He's under a lot of pressure. No one gives a fuck about that, bro. No one gives a fuck about what's going on in my IRL. If I came out here and I said it, or I posted it, or if it was on a live stream or whatever, I gotta eat that. That's just what that is. You gotta eat it. And yeah, some people will explain some stuff away. Some people will do this, some people will do that. But the majority is going to be like, well, man, that dude was a fuckwad anyway. He was always a piece of shit, and we were just waiting for him to finally show it. It happens. It happens to everybody. That's what happens when you're a quote-unquote public figure. You can't take back shit. Apologize, own that shit, and move on. End of story. If other people keep bringing it up, you got to eat it. You can't do anything else. You apologizing already shows that you acknowledge what you did, and you did it was wrong. So if people still have an opinion about it, you can't, it just doesn't go away because you say sorry. That's the thing. And these locals never seem to be able to get that. You saying you're sorry doesn't absolve you from it, and also it automatically condemns anyone who brings it up later. That's not how that works. That's just not how it works in IRL, bro. People may forgive you, but they won't forget.
Calling me a pedophile.
How is that not accurate?
Because I've never sexually assaulted any child in my fucking life.
Has anybody seen any this thing? There's never been any DMs leaked. Like, you've been on this
Was
platform.
the enema against doctor's orders?
No, it was not. And besides,
the enema was.
Dude,
why
you
did
do
the
this
doctor say it was a
every single
psychological
time you
issue?
have the chance. You say
he says the same tired shit, dog, over and over again.
Same shit.
Like if what I did,
damn, we're just chucking cats. I'm just kidding. You didn't really chuck them. Not like what LTG did not too long ago, where he flung that cat into the fucking hallway. But you know what I mean.
Was sexually assaulting a child, his mother would have took me to court and pressed charges against me.
His mother should have been the one to do the enema in the first place, to be honest. Or couldn't you just have the doctor do it? I don't know. Whatever.
You got anything?
I honestly think they should have just given the child some laxatives and called it a day.
I don't know, man. That wasn't your kid, man. That's a little weird.
You got anything new to say, or are you just gonna come in here saying
the DMs?
Defending a fucking.
Matter of fact, matter of fact, look at it this way. Remember, I got catfished. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. I don't.
Because you're a retard. How's that his fault or his problem? And actually, not Wings. DSP likes to do that too. He likes to bring up that he got catfished, and so you can't believe everything that's told to you on the internet and shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? Look at you. Look at you. What well-adjusted or even fairly attractive or reasonably attractive woman's going to be attracted to that? Make it make sense. It's not the ham beast that they sat there and shown up. Some of them showed up with their own little piglets, and you had to sit there and fucking take care of that. That was your choice. That was your choice to sit there and play Captain Save-A-Ho and then go ahead and try to raise kids that ain't yours because their fathers either didn't know where those women went or didn't give a fuck about them. They were never going to be your kids, bruh. They were never going to be your kids. And I get it. They were under your house because you brought them there. And you're taking responsibility for them, this, that, and the third. But there's still, even amongst that, there's still lanes or there's still lines that you can't cross. And giving that kid an enema was a bad idea. You should have had the mother do it or you should have had the doctor do it. That wasn't your place.
I don't care.
Well, a guy named banking specialist, aka a couple other fucking names, he catfished me, right? And he catfished me for 8 months on Plenty of Fish. And at no point did I tell him anything sexually observed. I didn't send him dick pics. I didn't get over sexual with him. I didn't disrespect him. I was a complete gentleman the entire time, and he hated it. He called me boring. There's never been a leak or a woman on the internet that has ever came at me with like saying that I was a sexual deviant, right? Even girls. There's a girl. Her name was Vegas Jamie, right? She got in a scandal for being overly sexual with people at like conventions. Who was in my DMs? I didn't get sexually deviant with her.
Why was she in your DMs? Okay, see, now you're starting to get into the Review Tech USA type deviance, which is why his dick pics and his whatever fucking footage that's on him, I didn't watch it, I don't need to watch it, and whatnot. I already know what Lauren's having to deal with and whatnot. I can tell a woman who's wanting to get her back broken in and whatnot. And Rich isn't providing that. It's very clear that that's the same shit that happened to fucking Review Tech damn near. Maybe not the catfishing part, but him sending all those dick pics and shit around. And then he lied to everybody, said he didn't do it until Keem had his balls up against the wall and shit. And then he had to admit it begrudgingly. The fuck you guys don't talk to all these random ass chicks anyway, bruh?
Right. Never's happened, never will happen. I've always come off 1,000% professional. Right. And you choose to fight with me.
Except for that age of consent thing? Okay.
Right. Because you have all these people around me. And what you don't understand is these people are cultivating a industry because it allows them to be a cult of personality. They want your worship. They want to see you pull.
You're trying so hard to try to sell this shit like this is a cult, and it's not like that. And whatnot. It's really not that serious. And what, don't get me wrong, I'm not deep in the trenches over there or anything and whatnot. And I appreciate the people that I've had to talk to, or I've had a chance to talk to over there. I appreciate that and whatnot and their insight. But it's not what he's trying to make it out to be. It's the same shit that DSP tries to do over here. It's not that serious.
On your strings, and
those people usually end up fading out or getting weaved out, to be honest.
Act like the dog that they're training you to be, and you're just doing it for them. Why? Because it makes you.
If he's the head of Whale Watchers, he theoretically has more power than the very people you're saying is manipulating him, theoretically, or whatever.
I feel like you're a part of the community. I know this.
Assumptions that aren't true. You have
all right,
no
well,
idea
give me
who
the
fuck
truth
I
then.
am,
Give me the
first
truth.
off.
Give me the truth.
You have no idea who I am.
Who are you?
You have no idea who the fuck I'm representing right now.
All right,
and I do this purely out of a.
You're pretending to be another man. Get off yourself, boy.
Nigga, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to
be a
Whoa, we just called me in.
So what? He should dox himself. So wait, you can't have an anime, persona or avatar, if you will. You can't do that because you're a fucking weirdo, right? Allegedly. You can't go ahead and cosplay as someone else who's well known amongst that community because, oh, you look at you worshiping another man and shit. Any of you guys religious? If you do, you know what? I don't even need to go there. I don't even need to go there. I could, but I'm not going to and whatnot. Because if you're religious, you may want to think about that one. That's not exactly the best way of going about it. But whatever. So you don't want him worshiping another person. So he should be out here doxing himself. So if Wings gets pissed off, he can go ahead and convey probably the two idiots that are over there on his side right now to go over there and basically dox on his behalf. Because Wings isn't above doxing either, just in case y'all don't know. Like, here, let me give you an easy example. You could go up and look. When fucking Josh from the Farms was on his sympathy lol cow shit that he does every couple of years, right? Most recently, it was DSP. But some years back, he wanted to go into the Wings troll community and find out what was what. Which was, it made sense. It was actually reasonable. It was actually pretty good content. And he wanted to find out what was going on over there. He wanted to find out what was what. He wanted to find out what the issues were. And there wasn't too many people that were willing to talk to him. Most people got paranoid, actually. Just him poking around or whatever. I think Lean might have been one of the few people to actually speak to him. And then they got mad at Lean, even though they already hated Lean and they wanted him out of pocket anyway. Supposedly, a couple of guys got mad at Lean for talking to him, saying that he's trying to ruin everything. Lean said, I don't give a fuck. You guys don't like me anyway, so who gives a shit? And whatever. And then Josh did a big stream going over all of it. At the end of that, Wings thought he had higher ground. He thought, okay, Josh ain't sat there and made a piece for me or put a piece out on me and my trolls in particular. And now people see me in a different light. And then he basically started threatening that he was going to dox his trolls. People would troll donate him. And he said, oh, well, I'm just going to send all your shit to the Kiwi Farms and you're going to get doxed, homeboy. You're going to get doxed, homeboy. And that's what he was threatening. Now, it didn't happen because Josh had to come out immediately and be like, the fuck are you doing, Wings? This isn't your personal fucking army. I thought that you were being mistreated in some ways. Some of it you deserve, some of it you don't. I thought you were being mistreated and I wanted to find out what the real story was. I'm not your fucking army. I'm not your shield that you can bring out anytime to get people not to troll you. And then Josh ended up eating that L. And then Wings was fucked either which way. That's what happened with that situation. So don't think, and that's just one. That's one situation. Wings is not above doxing. So don't get it twisted. So you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you worship this person. You're going behind doing all this illegal actions, all that. Fuck all that bullshit. Wings is engaged in some of that shit too.
Guys, let him speak.
I'm not representing anybody. My strings aren't being pulled. I'm doing this purely on my own fucking, my own decision, right? And it purely comes out of the point that these kids that are sitting around fucking donating you $500, $100 at a time, they think they're helping you. They're enabling you to continue living this fat.
Yes, this is actually on point.
Fucking slobbish lifestyle is a burden on society. People like you shouldn't be accepted. They shouldn't be fucking supported.
I don't know about, okay, I'm not sure exactly where he's going with that. I may have spoke a little too soon, but I will say that you are enabling him to be a slob, and he will end up being a burden on society, just as DSP will. Because eventually DSP is going to get to the age where he can't do shit. He don't have any retirement or whatever. Eventually he's going to be part of the government system. He's going to eventually be a burden on that because he don't have any money put away. So it is what it is. And that he never took his health seriously and whatnot, except for that fucking phantom back injury or whatever the fuck that nonsense, lame ass bullshit he still tries to portray. And his post nasal drip, which is hilarious. And his hurt shoulder, fucking lame ass shit. Anyway, but yeah, Wings is going to be a burden on the system. He's a burden now, but he will eventually be a burden eventually if he lives long enough. It is what it is.
Yeah,
let him talk. Let him talk.
Get your money up.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Mario,
Let him say speak.
Your fucking salary, nigga.
Get your money up. Get your money up, you bitch.
Let him
I already
speak.
know where you work. I already know your fucking address. I can read it off to you right now.
You don't know where I work.
You want me to read it off to you right now?
No, don't do that, Wings. You'll get banned. You get banned for doing that.
Well, tell him to shut the fuck up then. Quit talking outside of his neck.
Bro, you're not hard, dude. Just continue speaking, buddy. Stop acting
Yeah.
hard. Just continue speaking.
I made my point. I literally made it before that fucking interrupted me.
Right, bro. Like, why do you
How old are you? First off, like just give.
See, like you're supposed to be fighting off pedophile charges, and the first thing you want to do is run the age. I told you he'd do it because that's what he does. That's what he does, and it's not the own that he thinks it is.
What's an age range? Are you like 20 to 25? Can you give us an age range?
Like, you're not getting my age.
I'm not asking.
And Wings used to do that shit back in the day too, so he could try to fish people out, and so he could get other people to dox them later. That's another thing too that most people forget about.
I'm not asking for a birth date or anything. I'm asking for a range. Give me 20 to 30, 30 to 40.
It doesn't matter because you don't care unless I'm under 12. So like, it doesn't matter.
That's a lie. That's a slander. Like you could actually get civil lawsuit against you for just saying that.
Are you gonna sue him? No, just shut the fuck up.
Because you're devaluing my platform.
You know, well, I don't know. I think you've done a lot to devalue your own platform, but who's counting? You know what I'm saying? Who's counting amongst friends, right? We're all friends here, right?
That's just my opinion.
It's not an opinion. Like you're literally saying something that would cause me monetarily harm. I could sue you civilly for that.
And he was also threatening.
And what about those people who sent the hookers to your fucking plays, who sent the cops to your plays, the people who sent random dudes just showed up and shit that were sitting in your yard for, an hour or two on end, and you were worried that they were going to come in or whatever. What about all those times? Where was all the litigation for all those situations, Wings? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Somebody's personal information, which is also another.
Yeah, like all you're doing is breaking the law, my man. And like you're saying that you make triple what other people say stuff to. Mario's a grown ass man, dog. Mario's got his shit together, and you say, "Oh, I make triple your money."
None of these people that are in your circle are fucking well adapted members of society, bro. Yeah. They're all fucking.
Are you a well adapted member to society?
Those for being actual.
Is that why you get no pussy? Is that why you get no pussy?
You know how crazy that is?
Is that why you get no girls?
Hang on.
Is that why you a psycho?
Let's not insult him. Let's not insult him. No, the same score. Are you a well adapted member of society? Do you believe in it?
I think so.
What do you do that helps your community?
First off, I don't support pedophiles. I don't give money to at least, especially at $100 to $500 at a time, to people who just sit around and play video games and fucking eat fast food.
What do you do?
Donate that money somewhere where it actually fucking matters.
Why? I understand you're upset that there's people out there that donate for my streams. I understand that. Do you just not like fat people? Is that something that you dislike?
That is kind of a common trend among certain trolls. I don't know how serious that is, but that is something that's been said, interestingly enough. And Wings would know that because he's tapped in.
It's like bad people, fat people, bad people.
He's just a psychopath. Because his argument's shit if he's doxing people that don't have anything to do with any pedophile.
I don't dox anybody. I've never doxed anybody.
You just admitted to doxing.
He didn't admit to doxing. He said that he had a dude's dox, and if he wanted to read him out, he didn't admit to doxing. He said that he could put that guy's information out if he wanted to. A little bit different, but all right.
in it and say you'll do it. But you
Just
don't
a big ass
actually.
All the doxing is kind of unnecessary anyway, but it is what it is. Play the cards that you got, I guess.
The only thing that stopped it was me saying I'd have to ban you if you did it. Like, and you want this attention. Like, that's the only thing that stopped you from doxing somebody just now.
But what are you trying to get out of this, dude? Like what is the goal? Because you've been trying at this.
Now, I also want you guys to take away from the fact that, I want you to really think about this, is that think about how DSP tries to demonize the people that are on his neck, right? And then think about how Wings has it. Wings has it far worse, in my own personal opinion. No, it's a fact, actually, that Wings has... No, it's a fact that Wings has it fundamentally worse than DSP does. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, outside of the few people over here that have kind of went off the reservation for various reasons, DSP has not been hit with no real heat. It's because DSP is chronically online and his ego hurts him so goddamn bad because it's the only thing that tethers him to reality, so to speak, is the reason why he hates people as much as he does. Because I honestly believe this too. It's not about money with DSP so much, believe it or not, as much as it's ego. It's validation. That's what hurts him. That's what bothers him. He sees all these people. He sees Raw Phil, Dark Dave Mirrors, put Duty in there if you want, Tevin, all these people who restream and shit and whatever, or put out content, and he sees all the money that they generate, and he's like, that's his money. But he's not entertaining, and he knows that, and he can't really compete. So that's why everybody has to be thieves. Everybody has to be criminals. Everybody needs to be demonized. It's all hive mind. It's all conspiracy. They're all mentally ill. They all need to be taken by the white coats and yada, 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 yada. Same concept. If DSP had to deal with real heat, he wouldn't have, he'd already have necked himself at this point. He'd already have sent himself to the shadow realm and shit if that was the case. If he had to deal with 50% of what Wings has to deal with. And in the current day and age, that shit's late. But you go back a few years ago when them guys were really on his neck, DSP wouldn't have been able to deal with that bullshit. He'd already driven himself crazy at that point. If you guys think that DSP is mentally unstable now, imagine if he was in Wings' fucking shoes 4 or 5 years ago. Just saying.
For so many years, and you've gotten literally nothing out of it.
How long do you know how I've been trying this for?
He's got no life.
How long
Are you
I've been
just
doing
doing
this.
it for the love of the game now? Are you just doing it for the love of the game?
I mean, there's a lot of guys over there that does it for the love of the game. But, I mean, there's a lot of guys who troll in general for the love of the game. So that right there is not even an insult. And I see a lot of people try to use that as a late, like, oh, you guys aren't making no money off it. You're not doing this. You're not doing it. What are you doing for the love of the game? That's how all this shit started. Didn't Wings theoretically start making content for the love of the game before he could profit off of it? Didn't Review Tech USA start doing this for the love of the game before he could profit off of it? Just saying.
Lego, tell me how long I've been doing this for.
Dude, this trolling thing has been going on for years.
Well, he's been doing it for like at least 6 months.
Motherfucker, you're a stranger to us.
Oh,
Why are you
this is
trying
the
to...
same. This was the dude. He went in one of your Black Ops 6 lobbies once and started saying the shit too. So you've been at this for at least a year.
Who, OVO?
You. I don't know if you're OVO. I don't know if you're not. But I know you've been doing this for a year.
Well, Lego, you can think whatever you want to think, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, your opinion means nothing to me just as much as everybody else in this fucking VC because they sit around here and support this fat piece of shit. So.
But you just
you're a
say
psycho.
the same shit.
Have you
You're a psycho and you just say the same shit, bro.
Drops you.
Hey,
how many
all you do is loop.
All you do is loop. How many people that come and go and he drops them because he treats them terribly and then he fucking just kicks them to the curb.
Which is true, actually. That's hella true.
Are you gonna name drop She God and like?
Because you give him money. That's it.
Are you gonna name drop She God and like Cheesehead? Is that who?
Why? I mean, it's true on both of those cases, but what? You think you can explain that away? So that's why you name dropped them. There's further. I mean, there's more people than that, obviously. I mean, most of them are amongst their ranks.
I'm gonna name drop every friend that you've ever had over the past fucking 18 years.
Do it
right now.
Bro.
I mean, look at what he did to Woody. I look at how that situation went, and then he tried to gaslight Woody into making him think that the trolls had manipulated the situation. It really wasn't that bad. So check that out.
G-God, Cheesehead, Kyle, and remember about Woody? And he comes back to you, bro, and you fucking talk shit behind his back like a piece of shit.
I did talk shit behind his back. I talked shit in a public forum. I wasn't talking shit about him.
But you didn't say it to him, so that's talking behind his back. Well, Well, I'm gonna say it's talking behind his back because that's someone he has an established relationship with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Woody was a friend to him, even a mentor to some degree, however you want to take that. Like, that was a conversation that should have been said to Woody, you know, at least in Woody's presence, I should say. Not in some fucking, on some stream and shit. Like, that doesn't work. It clearly didn't work for Woody, hence the reason why Woody don't fuck with him.
Said the streams weren't doing well, and it kind of upset me, and he didn't like that. And then I said to his face that I thought that he peddles snake oil.
How are you going to say you thought he peddled snake? He did say that, by the way. But how are you going to say that about a product that you don't even know? Like, he didn't even know what the product was. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had said, oh, it's this. And he's like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's not what that is. Like, he was so ill-informed that Woody had to correct him on that dumb shit, too. Because he didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
And then he got upset, and I apologized to him.
No, you didn't. You said, oh, well, I thought that this was what it is. And he's like, so you're admitting you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're like, well, and then he changed the subject. He apologized for that.
I can't change a man's
I know that because I went over that video.
feelings.
You're based.
Oh, and then he tries to gaslight and say, oh, well, Woody was too sensitive. That's the reason why he took it wrong. I'm sorry that you felt a certain way about what I said. All right, bro.
Your friendships on money. That's what I'm trying to tell these idiots.
Which is true. He said that he wasn't going to do any more streams with Woody because he was like, they weren't profitable. And he only does this shit for profit. He only does this shit for money. And he was hoping that him doing the co-op streams or the co-op streams with Woody would bring more attention and more money in. And it didn't. And that's why he was, once they got to the end of the game, he said he didn't foresee himself doing any more because it didn't seem to be profitable. The fuck?
I didn't base anything on money.
I have donated.
You know, goddamn liar. Holy shit.
$30 to Wings in total.
I have not donated any money to Wings directly. I'm gonna say this though, right? If this shit happened 17 years ago, bro, there would have been fucking DMs by now. The Me Too movement would have gotten Wings up, you know? Like,
the Me Too movement didn't catch everybody. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, first things first. The Me Too movement didn't catch everybody. And what, if anything, most of that was targeted harassment against people who they wanted to go after. You wanted an example of that? Look at no further than the FGC and the fucking Smash community. Well, literally any game in the FGC, honestly. But like, I would say the Smash community for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of those people had that shit coming and they let it go because they were well known or whatever, until people thought they could bring them down a peg. And then most of it was just false anyway. So let's not act like, you know, the Mewtwo movement was meant to oust everybody, because that's not what the case was. Sooner than later, it just came down to a bunch of people purposely targeting other people that they wanted out of pocket. And in some of those cases, there were actual known predators or groomers or whatever the fuck around them, and they ignored it so they could go after the people they wanted to. Is that like mutually exclusive throughout that whole thing? No. But more often than not, that's what it turned into.
Yeah, the internet can slip out.
I don't care about this whataboutism. Like, oh, if he was this and this is. Bro, Mario, can you like lower the tone of your voice? Like, try to put some sort of bass in it.
Wings double. I hate calling you Wings 007 because he's putting his name out there. But like, here's another fact you might not know: the computer that ran most of Fat Camp was my computer, so it had public access to anybody out there. If there was something on it, somebody would have seen it.
What? You got kicked out of Fat Camp and they were still running the same setup. So how was it your computer? All right, bro. That doesn't even really make sense, to be honest with you. But all right.
Oh, what about, like, bro, this whole like hypothetical, like, oh, well, if this hypothetically happened, I don't care about
your entire thing is a hypothetical. What do you mean?
No, it's not. It's on things that he said.
And I don't remember Keemstar saying, "Oh, wow, we're down a terminal, so whatever." I don't even know if that's even the case. I'm gonna have to go back. I'll have to go back and actually rewatch that and find out what's what. So let's put a question mark next to that shit for the time being. But that doesn't even sound right.
No.
I haven't based anything on a fucking hypothetical.
Dude, you're not a pedophile until you commit a action against something.
Shout out Ian Bennett.
Let's not shout out real names, please.
No, that's trolling you.
No, I'll tell you. So I am from 007 server. That's not fucking CWW. You guys are retards. You base your fucking opinions on things that don't actually.
They're the same
aren't
people
based
to
in
me,
reality.
man.
You just assume shit.
Channel characters are more degenerate than CWW. Like, dude, y'all are like, we're daredevils. One of us got arrested for breaking and entering. Like, you guys are dorks. You guys are losers.
Yeah,
you guys sit online and just do this.
Losers and
all
dorks.
the
The hottest one online.
When did someone break into Wings' house? I think I would distinctly remember that if that was a thing.
Men jerking off and coming. Search up Ian Bennett on YouTube 2025.
Let's not do that.
Fuck you.
Wings 007. Which
Hottest porn
so
on
let,
YouTube,
Wings
man. Coming
007.
everywhere.
Well, I'm listening. Go ahead.
So who's sent the mattress to my house?
What?
Who sent the mattress to my house?
There was a mattress to your house?
Don't play dumb. You've admitted everything else. Like who sent the mattress to the house?
I have no idea what you're even talking about.
You just said that you 100% admitted that you're in this whole thing where like you're going after everybody. Everybody's getting doxxed. Everybody's going to do this and that. And
Well, I just said that for
I'm not
shock
even the first person to get the mattress, but somebody sent a mattress to my house this morning.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't actually mean that stuff. I'm just saying it for like a shock value type of thing on a podcast setting. It's not.
That's hilarious. He's trying to turn Wings' very explanation back on him.
So you're like a wannabe troll? You're like a wannabe troll? Is that what it is?
Yeah, sure.
It's kind of funny.
Imagine.
I see what's going on. You know?
I would just want to lecture you because like, why are you wasting other people's time? Like this dude's on a Saturday, he's worked hard all fucking week. He's trying to move this mattress out of his house. Now he's got to stack it up and you bring it to my house, only be told like, yo, I didn't.
Why are you asking me about this?
Because you're around the people that do this kind of stuff.
That doesn't mean he knows everything that's going on. That don't make any sense. That's like me saying I know what the fuck's going on over there on Ann Lee's side of the shit, or like Ludwig World Order or Ludwig World Order. Like I know what they're doing, or like I know whatever's going on Tevin's side of the fucking fence and shit. I don't know what everything is going on and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I care enough, I'll tap in. But if not, I don't know what everything's going on in every little thing because I'm not in everybody's fucking Discord. I'm not in everybody's fucking DM group and shit. There's just not enough time. It's not enough time in the day to keep up with all that. So how do you assume that same thing with this guy? I'm not defending him. I'm just being realistic.
Support this movement, dude. You support this movement. You're doing it right now. Like,
And if it is all just one big ass hive mind, there's no way you can be there for every little thing. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying that everybody in SOK knew what the fuck was going on with everybody else, and that's clearly not true. That shit was broken up into fucking layers and shit. That was completely broken up in layers. You really think Rad knew exactly what the fuck what Freddy Boy and fucking and Che and all them cats were really doing and shit on that gay op stuff? Fuck out of here. They never would have exposed him to that bullshit. He was one of the few people that were clean. They didn't want to expose him to that. Just as an example.
And then everybody in here
right in your
supports,
head that, like, that's like so like just loserish.
Dude, you're doing like guilt by association. I mean, I just don't. I don't believe.
Yes.
Okay, so then doesn't that right there go the other way around? Okay, hey, you're part of these troll fucking discourse and shit, so you have to know what's going on. Okay, fair enough. Well, you guys support a piece of shit who also has pedophile type tendencies and shit. So doesn't that mean that you support a pedophile? Or do you support someone who's abusive verbally and physically, which this has been displayed on multiple occasions? You see how that works? So you can't sit there and go, yes, and then not think that doesn't apply to you too. Food for thought.
Really guilty by association. You support this.
That's what you're saying?
You
Yeah.
support innocent people losing their time, not being able to support their families because they're wasting their time, sending people to other people's houses that aren't actually going to buy their thing. And you're just wasting people's time.
Yeah,
that have nothing to do with this.
I don't agree with any of that kind of stuff. That's all bad things. I try to keep it all on.
Yeah, but you hang out with people that do that kind of stuff. Even if you yourself are not doing it, the people around you are, and you're co-signing with that.
Okay, wait. If that's the case, then Wings supported a guy who's not only supported a guy, he's still friends with him. He's friends with a guy who fucking faked who lied about cancer for like 2 or 3 years. On top of the fact that he poached some fucking mentally fucking vulnerable chick and whatnot, who's like 30 years his junior and shit, right? And also maybe a sex addict, but that's more personal, but it is what it is on that. He ain't blown his fortune on hookers and shit. You apparently support that. Keemstar is an active racist, and everybody knows that bullshit. On top of the other nonsense that he's done behind the scenes and whatnot, you apparently co-sign and condone that too. And he says that he's friends with fucking kid behind the camera, aka pedo behind the camera, aka fist behind the camera. So that means you support people who beat their wives or girlfriends or whatever the fuck, and who support groomers and pedophiles, which is exactly what kid behind the camera is. When you're 22 fucking years old and you're fucking a 15-year-old, what does that make you? Just saying. And just because you allegedly popped up to her birthday party and realized that she was 17 at that point and you still kept fucking her, what does that make you? And Wing supports that. That thing was CD-ROM, spread it like wildfire amongst their Discord, and yet they still kept platforming them. They were okay with that until they weren't, or until CD-ROM ran. If we're going to play this guilt by association thing, all right, then let's go ahead and play all the way. Let's go about this all the way if we're really going to do that.
What degenerates?
You know, if I hung out with people that rob banks, I'd probably turn them into the police because robbing banks is wrong.
Yeah, true, but I think
we call that snitching. We call that snitching. But it wasn't wrong though when fucking Fist behind the camera was beating his wife, and you, Boogie, and fucking Keem were fighting for your motherfucking life, saying that it wasn't what people thought it was. It was okay to do that then, right? Isn't beating your wife against the law? Isn't fucking a child that's underage against the law? I'll wait.
Is trolling you equivalent to robbing a bank?
No, I'm it's not apples to apples, but I'm just saying it's like don't hang around with crackheads. If you hang around crackheads.
So it sounds like it was a bad example then. But all right, whatever.
Kids, you'd be called a crackhead.
Well, then don't hang around with pedophiles. You might
I'm not a pet. Who I hang around with pedophile? No person I've ever hung around with is a fucking pedophile.
Kid behind the camera. I'm mad that people don't bring that shit up, bro. Fucking A. But no one wants to deal with Local Live because it's boring as shit. I get it. Fucking A.
Because you hang out with 007. Fuck kennel kickers. Fuck kennel kickers. Fuck kennel kickers.
Let's not do that, boy. Let's not do that. We're not here to dogpile. We're not here to do that. We're not trying to lions den people. I don't do that.
You're literally doing that now. It was 4-on-1 before dude here had the reinforcements come in from on his side. Wings was literally running a 4-on-1 before that, but it's not a lions den thing. Got here.
Like open conversation.
Do you really think it's okay for people to be donating you hundreds to $500 worth of money at a time?
Wings, did you know that 007 has a son?
No. Let's not talk about people's children, please.
Whoa, wait. Are you talking about 007's son? You mean 007's kid who you were, meaning Wings. Wings literally had a picture of 007's kid and he was passing around his Discord and allegedly amongst his mods. I can't prove the second part and whatnot. That's just what I heard. But he was passing it around that Discord. That wasn't weird, passing an innocent kid around that Discord. That kid ain't got shit to do with you. Whatever your problem is with 007 is between you and 007, not his kid. And I don't know 007. I don't have no fucking fight. I don't have no dog in this fight. But I think it's messed up that you're passing that guy's fucking kid's picture around your Discord. That's weird as shit. He's just a kid. He's just a kid.
Listen, I don't.
Yeah, so you guys are against whenever I threaten to say Mario's address, but they're going to say my kid's name. You know what I mean?
You're first off, you're not Wings 007. I've spoke to Wings 007 before.
Can we not dox kids?
Yeah, Wings 007 is a wigger. You're definitely not talking like a wigger.
All right.
Boy.
Oh, shitty nut, bro.
All right, I'm server muting shitty nut at this point. I'm sorry. One of the mods,
but it's really wild though. They're saying keep kids out of this shit, and literally that's what Wings did. He was passing a picture of 007's kid around in the Discord. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Can you unserver mute him like when it's actually undone?
There's no mods in here.
Mario's a mod.
No.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay.
2 cents removed all the mods.
Okay.
You got to mod one of us.
Miles Arnett.
Wings, do you think it's okay?
Wait, you're looking at your own Discord and you don't know who your mods are? Jesus Christ. All right. This is the bar just gets lower and lower for some reason. Jesus Christ.
People to donate you money 100 to $500
Normal Avenue.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, man. Like, I appreciate everybody that donates, and everybody that donates helps me out tremendously, right? It allows me to continue to do what I love to do.
Yeah, you look it. Yeah, you look like you love doing what you're doing.
I hope people are not donating money that they viciously need, but at the same time, I can't control what people do with their money. It's their money. It's their choice to do with their money, how they use and spend it.
That's true, but you do beg for it. And if you're supposedly so tapped into your community, just like with DSP, you kind of know what some of these guys' situations are. At least Wings allegedly does. So if you know that some of these guys don't have it, and yet you're still asking for donations, knowing that they're in the Discord or they're in the chat, what does that say about you? Don't worry, I'll wait.
It's like when somebody comes in, like, you see how much money your blah, blah, blah donated to Phil. I'm like, cool. I'm glad they enjoy Phil's content enough to donate him money, right? It's not my choice to spend other people's money. It's their money. They can do how they want to do
No,
fit.
but it's your choice to e-beg for it and to fucking guilt them into giving you money.
But like,
have I ever e-begged?
somebody
Yes,
else-
I'll say I have e-begged before, and there's been times, but like at the same time, I was put in positions where I had to e-beg.
Oh my Christ. This is literally the DSP handbook. Oh, I'm disgusted, bro. There was times where I had to beg. Jesus, man. Like I said, man, I don't condone everything that happens over there on the wing side of the fence or whatever. I don't. I not all of it anyway and whatnot. But God, dog, dude. Like I said, beat your loyal cows and beat them often. Do what you gotta do. It is what it is. Fucking A.
Because a lot of my revenue sources were cut off, mainly by people doing acts like you're doing right now, where like I'd lose access to PayPal, or I'd have like my Twitch account removed, or I'd lose access to Streamlabs and things. And
Right, and like I said, and some of this shit was extra. Let's be honest with that shit. Some of that shit was extra and whatnot, certainly. But that's still, even then, you were begging before that. So let's eat a dick on that bullshit. Eat a dick on that. You were begging before that.
income slowly
He was literally begging while he was on Twitch. Like, let's keep it a buck.
gets eroded through that, because I can't get sponsors because people like you will reach out and be like, oh, this person did this, 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 and this. Instead of like actually looking into it, they'll throw
It's literally the DSP playbook. Holy shit. This is literally the DSP playbook. Funny enough, Rich did something like this recently too. So it's all in the same ecosystem.
their hands up and be like,
Exact same thing
okay,
you're accusing me of doing, of like defaming someone's character. You're doing the same shit. Just
who'd I defame?
just now you said that I'm what did you just say about I'm gonna reach out to sponsors and like I do shit like that. I don't do any of that kind of stuff, man.
No, I was generalizing based on like people that sit in places like Kennel Kickers.
Well, that is the problem, because you're sitting there trying to make a blanket statement for a bunch of people that are participating in something that they're not participating in. There are people over there who just sit there and chill in the fucking Discord and laugh. You know what I'm saying? So how do you go ahead and put all of the fucking blame on them when they're not literally part of the op? They're not in part of the planning of it. They're not part of the execution of it. They just sit there and laugh at the fucking results. You're literally a fucking hypocrite.
Generalized trolls as like this group of incel fucking psychopathic bro. Most people that are trolls.
I'm only
are
doing what
actually-
I can see. Like in my
This is
head,
true.
I'm only seeing
Most
what
that are
people
trolls
give to me.
aren't fucking like the fat incel type of stereotype you guys have built. You guys, what we found is you guys are actually the ones that are more like that than anything else. Like, bro, Wings, you're the definition of an incel.
Do you facts? Like that's very, very true.
I'm married,
got a
bud.
wife, you idiot.
The fuck does that mean? You're the definition of an incel. I'm married. What does that mean? There's a lot of gay men running around and they're married to women. So what does that say? Does that make you any less gay? Wasn't Wings caught fucking watching tranny porn? I don't know too many heterosexual men who do that. I'll wait. maybe Wings can explain that to us. Why he was on page 5 or page 7, whatever it was.
Married man.
He's got a roommate. Ask him when the last time he banged Kelly's. And did she
None of
change
my
her
fucking
last name?
3 days ago.
Did she change her last name when you guys got married?
Yes.
What, it took her 72 hours to recover? I mean, I guess that is a lot of weight for her to carry amongst her own. So maybe that's a thing, I guess. Can the bed really support that?
I don't believe that.
You
What kind of example is this?
Oh my lord.
Oh my lord.
The fact that Wings even answered that was already a bad play. That's already a pretty bad play.
But dude, if like a homeless man is begging you to give him money, is he?
And doesn't and Wings is on a couple different medications, and hasn't he said that's killed his testosterone and his libido? So how would that? You know what? Whatever.
He forcing you to give him money?
Yeah. You definitely were hitting Kelly off proper 3 days ago, as big as you are. That makes a lot of sense, I suppose. I guess that could be a thing.
He's utilizing like some sort of like emotional.
How are you bigger than the chair? He's wider than the chair. That's insane. Anyway.
Manipulation because you feel bad for him, right? You feel bad for him, but at least when you give the homeless man money, he might go and buy like something he actually needs.
That's not
Instead,
forcing.
You can already, just in case you guys aren't keeping game on this, Wings is already defeated. Like it's almost done. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that uppity bullshit he was pulling earlier, all that shit's gone. All that energy's gone now. Now it's deflation. Now the other two are gonna have to carry the weight from here on out.
Giving fucking money directly to Wings for him to fucking
carry the diamond all over again.
Spend on fast food so he can continue to swap his life.
Big ups to Liquid Richard.
Did Wings make Redface donate him $500 just now? Was he like Redface? You need to fucking donate.
Answer a question for me. What are you? And I'll ask Mario because he's one of the ones that actually donates the large sums of money. What are you donating for? Like, what are you getting from your donation?
Wings is entertaining. He's like the funniest guy I know on the internet, and it's my money. I do what I want. I don't gotta answer to nobody.
Well, that's why you should have led with this. You should have been like, "Yo, it's my money. I do what I want with it." All the other descriptives or whatever in the beginning, you don't even need to bring that up. And the dude's right to say that. Mario can sit there and say, "Hey, it's my money. I'll do what the fuck I want with it." All right, fair enough. What this dude who's talking, what he should have said is, "What is your money really enriching?" Sorry, let's reword that. Is your money really enriching Richard or Wings? Is it really enriching his life? Do you see that he's using your money in a productive sort of way, not just for the content, but for himself? If not, and if he's using it in a destructive sort of way, then how do you justify that? Yet again, it's your money. You can do what you want with it. I'm asking you what the consequences are of the money that you're giving. Can you give me that? Can you explain that to me? That's how this guy should have said it.
Probably don't. If you think Wings is the funniest guy on the internet, you probably don't watch much of this fucking internet.
To me, it's hilarious.
So why you can watch Wings and you can be the funniest guy on the internet for free? So what are you getting from the donation?
It helps.
He's
a good person.
I like to donate.
Wings is a good. Tell me some more qualities about Wings.
I did not say Wings is a good person. I said Mario is a good person for donating.
Mario's a terrible person for supporting Wings.
93636 Mario.
I'm getting doxxed right now. For supporting someone I find entertaining.
I don't know what that was.
Whoever just said about the mattresses.
You couldn't actually understand what they were saying just now anyway.
What about what mattresses?
Somebody in here just joined and said something about mattresses. I have no idea what the fuck Wings is talking about, but somebody just mentioned something about them.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I take care of special needs kids, and y'all are doxing me. Y'all sending stuff to my house.
Why would you confirm that? Like, why would you? All right, bro. I guess if you're already out there, you're already out there.
It's like that's more degenerate behavior than Wings has ever done, and y'all are hypocrites for doing that type of shit.
Why does it get under your guys' skin so bad? Like, why does it get you so mad that you got to come in here and make all these generalizations?
You mean the same generalizations that you guys and Wings make? All right, bro.
Like, what is it about donations?
This is horseshoe theory all over again.
It affects you so badly that what another person does with their money that you gotta make this stand.
Okay, maybe not horseshoe theory. I'm reaching, but I mean, one side is starting to look a whole lot like the other. Shit.
Like to understand.
Who's speaking? Is that Bald Zim or John?
That's Bald Zim, yeah.
Oh,
well, they think like $100 is like a lot of money. Shit's nothing. You just gotta get your money out.
It's a lot of money to the right person. That's the difference, right? Like to the right person, that money could actually be utilized, not for a fucking person who's playing video games.
What does someone donating money? How does that affect you? How does it affect you?
Yeah.
Keep your money, because what's happening is you guys are developing this like weird parasocial relationship where you think you're actually Wings' friend and he actually values you as people when he doesn't. Your relationship is built on the money. That's all it is.
Which is also true. It's very true. It's all very much monetary.
Kettle black.
You're not convincing anybody though.
That analogy doesn't even make sense in this context.
Mario, what did I tell you last night while we were in chat?
He's giving me advice on how to stop saying.
Oh my God.
Like,
No.
stop all the people sending shit to my house.
No,
If you're getting advice,
I said you shouldn't donate as much as you do.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah, he
good.
said that.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't.
I told-
What does that mean? What does that mean? Hey, your relationships with people are strictly transaction. Hey, Mario, what did I tell you the day before or last night? Oh, well, man, maybe I shouldn't give you so much money. But Mario's already established that it's his money and he'll do what the fuck he wants with it. So that doesn't mean anything. That legitimately doesn't mean anything. If anything, that's just negative reinforcement for Wings that, hey, I'm going to sit here and plant it in your mind that, hey, you don't have to give me all this money, knowing damn well that the guy's going to give you a shitload of money anyway. That's like Planet Jeff. And that's like DSP reaching out to Planet Jeff and being like, hey, man, you don't have to, give me all this money or whatever. And Planet Jeff's like, yeah, well, I got to spend, so no worries. And DSP's like, okay. So what's the point? Like, you know what I'm saying? Either way, it's still a weird little parasocial relationship that you have with these people anyway. I'm not saying that you can't be cool with the people who support your content, whether they watch it, they throw money at you, whatever the case. But I am saying is that what Wings does, what DSP does, what a lot of these guys do is parasocial. It's borderline weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? And after a while, you stop seeing these people as people and you only see them as the individuals that give you a lot of money. You see what I'm saying? I may have not articulated that the best. Someone else could have done better. But you get my point. Like, you get my drift.
Your money.
I do what I want with my money, though. It's my money. I made it. I can do whatever I want. I can go to the strip club.
Wings,
buy
you have
meth,
people like
Sorry, I muted myself. He's right. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with his money. It's his money. But I'm not hearing a whole lot of like saving, like putting money away for a rainy day, not the rainy day you think it is, DSP, or retirement or something along those lines. Like, is that not a thought for people to squirrel some money away in case shit happens? All right, then.
you have Wings. You have people like Italian.
Well,
God,
that would still be bad, right? If you're buying meth.
I mean, I tell Italian God every day of the week, I'm like, dog, slow down on your donations.
And then, actually, funny enough, the fact that Mario said, yo, if I can take my shit to the strip club or whatever. So you're someone who is kind of, sort of, accustomed to parasocial relationships with a financial incentive or a financial stipulation attached to it. At least that's one way you could think about it, I suppose.
So they're trying to fuck with you. Don't you ain't got to donate like you donate to me.
Well, people shouldn't fuck with the donators. They shouldn't do that. That's it's bad.
I talk to Italian God all the time. You might not know this, but like Italian God is one of my best friends. One of my best friends.
Fine, but listen.
Oh, how does that? That doesn't vote well for him because you knew Woody for damn near 20 years, and look at how you treated him. So how does that benefit Italian God? I don't know how that's actually a batting. I don't know if that's actually weighing towards his benefit. I don't know if that's the flex you think it is. Cheese was a good friend of his too for a long ass time. Look at how Cheese got it over tactics and Rainbow Six, and look at what happened to them. So Wings coming out of his face and saying, "Oh, this guy's one of my best friends," that doesn't mean much, being that they're all dropping like they fucking have the plague and shit.
You're pretending to be someone who supports doxing of everybody who donates.
Wait, but didn't
Oh my God,
didn't you
shut
talk
up.
shit about Italian God in a VC and say that he's lonely?
So what?
Didn't you come in here and threaten to dox somebody, and then Wings had to,
I said, didn't you go into a VC and say Italian God was lonely, and you tried to hook him up with Billy Joe?
God.
Wings, let me make a point real quick before I get fucking interrupted by one of these cucks. Italian God is clearly disabled, right? Therefore, his check is paid through tax dollars. So what's happening is he's getting our tax dollars, people that work hard, right? That's going to.
He's about to do something stupid. Sorry, not the guy who's talking Wings. He looks like he's about to do something stupid.
Him, and that's going to you, who's sitting on your ass playing video games. Do you not see that? That's like a fucking flaw in the system.
First off, I do not know how Italian God makes his money. I don't know anything about his finances.
Disabled.
So wait, so you can tell him on how he should spend his money, but you don't even know how he makes it? All right, I guess. What?
I tell you, he's disabled.
I don't know this. Like, you want me to take your word for it?
You should, or you should ask him yourself. I could send you a screenshot.
He's his friend. How do you not know how that dude makes his, if he's allegedly one of your best friends? Let's, oh man, I'm gonna have to attack this. Dude is allegedly one of your best friends and you don't know how that dude makes a living? but yet you felt confident enough to tell him how he should spend his money? The fuck? And didn't he say earlier that it's not his place to tell people how they should spend their money? Huh?
It's not my business what he does for a living or what he does with his money.
I'm explaining to you the dynamic. Do you not see how that?
Okay, I actually have an unedited version of this. I won't put it out there. Fuck it. But big ups to the person who sent it to me. But basically, this idiot shows that he basically puts out him and Kelly's address and shit, and their first and last names and shit. It's like, what point did you try to prove with this? All it means now is in the future, if anybody wants to press your ass, they can get you to put fucking information out there about yourself. To prove a point to what? Some faceless dudes on the internet? Jesus Christ, Jordy.
It's flawed.
Big ups to fucking Lummox, by the way, for bleeping that out. I gotta say, he's a real one for that. Because, like, most dudes would have just let that shit fly, which I wouldn't have held that against him either which way, because he's doxing himself. But big ups to Lummox for that. For real, for real.
Wait, but if it's not any of your business, why are you telling them not to donate then?
Because at the same
he got caught. He got trapped.
Same time, I feel like he donates more than he should. Like he donates.
Isn't that not telling somebody what to do with their money then? Oh man.
Everybody donates more than they should.
Damn it, Jordy.
I know this has our address on it, but
no shit.
Knows our address. Everybody knows our address.
Yeah, that's true. We all did, but you didn't need to verify it. Dumb fuck. You don't think there's not splinter cells of fucking trolls out here and shit? They may not have the same information as your well-established trolls are. Now you're just giving them a free pass to get right on in. And then guess who's going to take the blame for it? The trolls that were there before. Fucking A, bruh. That's why being a lolcow is just... They're not people, bruh. Any reasonable person online is not going to do dumb shit like this. It's just not something that you do. Fucking A, bruh.
Like...
Fucking stupid.
What are you showing?
Like, what point did you prove doing that? Like, really?
Wings, will you comment on my question? Do you think that's a flaw in the system to where taxpayers' dollars are going to Italian God, which are then being donated to you for sitting on your ass playing video games?
I don't know if what you're saying is factual, so I'm not going to comment on it because I don't know how he makes it. I don't know how he makes his money.
I mean, why don't you ask him then? You don't even have to ask him on stream. Mute yourself real fast and ask him how you make his money. Your best friends, right? Holy shit!
Because
Okay, I mean,
because
here's
at the same time, and like I treat the man like you should. That's what I do. I don't. It's not my business how he makes his money. It's not my business how he spends his money. That's out of the realm. If he comes to me and asks me financially, what should I do with this? I'll give him advice, right? But until then, I'm not going to here to pass judgment on him. Like I consider him one of my best friends.
Do you not agree that the fact that he's considered one of your best friends is, if not entirely, but mostly built on the foundation of how much money he gives you? Yes or no?
No. You don't even know where I met Italian God. I met Italian God after I left LCU when I was depressed, and we started playing Baldur's Gate 3 together.
After you body slammed your fucking wife?
Pepsi Powerbomb! Oh my god! Oh my god! Broke her right in half.
That was something I regret. I wouldn't call it a body slam. I knocked her over onto a table, and I regret doing that, and I've apologized immensely for that.
And can't take it back. Pepsi Powerbomb is cemented, my guy. I'm about to make a drink out of that shit to memorialize it. It shows you where my morals and values are at.
Yeah, man, that's not somebody who deserves to be supported.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, because everybody's perfect. Nobody's ever made a mistake. Nobody's ever got their temper up.
I've never put my hands on no female, bro. It's not a thing, bro. Trust me. Trust me. If a woman want to get you mad, bro, she'll do it. But never lost no shit like that, bro. My mom didn't raise me that way. But then again, you don't really know which... I mean, for a while, you didn't even know who your father was. There was 3 men floating around, and I guess you had to take a pick. So, in that, you know what I'm saying? I knew who my father was. My father was around and shit. He still is. So it is what it is. I was raised right from that perspective. You, on the other hand, it was just whatever stepfather that was willing to deal with you while he was plowing your mother. So maybe violence is something that's embedded in you. You ever thought about that, Wings? Nah, so you don't want to hear about that because you're really defensive of your mom, which is funny because your mom don't give a fuck about you. She ain't finessed your ass financially ever since he started making big money on YouTube. Because the moment he started making big money on YouTube, he ran to his mother for his approval. And what she do? She decided to tax his ass like he was a walking piggy bank. She was cutting bacon off his back every chance she got, and he fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker, because he wants to buy her love so goddamn bad. Because she couldn't love him any other way. Imagine that.
Never happened in the world.
No, it does. But that isn't behavior that should be endorsed or supported. That's the problem. It should be denounced, and it should not be supported. You should be forced to change. But
one action. First,
you can't really force him to change. He's either going to want to change or he's not in the story. You can't really force that upon him. I get what the guy's saying, but you can't force him to change and whatnot. Now, he's a lol cow, so he can be maneuvered in such ways, but you can't force him to do anything just to keep it a buck with you. But womp, 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 womp.
You're saying I should be forced to change, but I'm not that angry of a person most of the time. That is the...
What does that mean? Oh, I only give Kelly the Wendy's jackknife every once in a while. Not all the time. She doesn't always get the fucking Pepsi Power Bomb. Sometimes she get that Wendy's chili jackknife every once in a while if I'm in the mood for it. What the fuck does that mean, Wings? If you have anger issues to the point that you feel the need to put hands on someone, get into your fucking truck, go off to your local bar and put hands on somebody in that bar, bro, and take it out on that. But see, you ain't man enough to do that shit. What the fuck you mean? I don't act like that most of the time. What the fuck? So Kelly's getting beaten up, what, 3 days out of the week instead of the full 7? What the fuck's that mean?
Outlier, the anomaly, right? I don't want to do that every...
You busted her. She got busted up twice by you on that trip, and you were only out there for a few days. So how we explain that? Or is that like a buy one, get one free thing? Does she have a coupon? I'm asking for a friend.
Every day of my life, so I choose not to do that, right? I don't want to go out on women and hurt people that I love. So you're telling me I should be forced to change? I agree with you. I shouldn't go do that, so I don't do that. So I've changed.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have that because you sound like you about to cry like a bitch. So whatever.
I'm not talking about just that specific aspect either. I'm talking even with your weight loss, man. You've had fucking how many opportunities?
He's never gonna lose weight. Wings can't. Wings' only comfort in life, you know what I'm saying, is not his mother's love that he's so desperate to chase after, the approval of his siblings, which don't like him and he don't like them. His father's dead, is last time I heard, or he passed away, let me say that. Gangsta grandma was probably the only real one in his life, to be honest, and you saw how he treated her. Food is the only comfort that he has. It's the only comfort he's ever had. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Amberlynn Reed, same with Foodie Beauty and shit. That's all they do. They ran to food. Same thing with Boogie. Well, Boogie ran to prostitutes too, but that is what it is. Speaking of which, I think that Jordy's had a taste for those Mural Beach girls too every once in a while also. I can't prove that, and that's just me throwing out assumptions, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't sat there and dipped himself, his Wendy spoon in some prostitution at one time or another. But that's neither here nor there. But and that would have been a long time ago, by the way, if that's the case. But it's very clear that, like, food is not a cope, it's not a lifeline, it's validation. It's the only thing that makes him feel whole temporarily. It is what it is. He can go ahead and give you his, like, fake-ass Reddit psychology all he wants, but the reality is that he's an addict. Just like how his brother's an addict, just like how his sister's an addict, and in a lot of ways, like how his mother's an addict. Comes from a fucking family of them. And he's quick to talk about people who are addicted to alcohol or drugs or whatever. And truth be told, you're just as much of a junkie as they are. You're no better. You're no better.
Opportunities with FPS boot camp, with the paid for weight loss surgery to lose weight, and you're heavier than you've ever been.
No, I'm not.
It's not even that. Also, just in case you don't know, Kyle told an interesting anecdote about how, like, Wings, he literally just, it was like that dude just came right up out of the swamp. This dude, Wings, would go into the bathroom and take a piss, door open, 2 females, like Kyle's girlfriend at the time, and then their roommate. And he would just, he could see them, and they could see him, and he would just sit there and plop off his fucking miniature sausage and just start pissing and act like it wasn't even a big deal. Like, he wouldn't close the door, he wouldn't do anything. I'm surprised he wasn't sitting down and pissing, to be honest with you, with all the bitch in his blood, but whatever. And he would just sit there and fucking just go ahead and take a piss in front of these females and shit like it was no big deal. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And like Kyle would tell him about that shit, like, yo, man, there's females here, bro. You need to, whatever. Oh, okay, no. And then you do it again. So what's the point of apologizing if you're just gonna do the same fucking behavior over and over again? The guy was literally raised in a barn, but the way Wings talks to you, he makes it sound like he's some type of intellectual or some shit. Nothing more than the result of corn pone country pussy.
I mean, my heaviest is 472. I'm 431 right now.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I definitely don't know about that. That sounds like bullshit, but all right.
But
you don't.
Either way, I mean, what?
You don't have to know about it. But I've never been not truthful about my weight.
That's fine, but you're still fucking 430 pounds, man.
Yeah, just
Like,
tell the crack.
you've had people-
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like the same government system that you're saying that I'm defrauding also support people that are heroin addicts with methadone. But people on methadone don't always get off of heroin when they get put on methadone because addiction is hard.
But see, you don't have a problem slamming people who have addictions. But now you're trying to use that as a shield to protect you from your responsibilities? This is the same guy who fucking told White Boy 7th Street, an alleged another best friend of his and whatnot, that he was nothing more than a fucking dope head and a fucking loser and shit. Which is crazy because White Boy 7th Street, for better or worse, was far more successful than Wings was. Well, he's been far more successful longer, I should say, than Wings was. I would still say I would still argue that Wings is very much, or he was, a kingmaker. He put a lot of people on back in the day. For real, for real. But I would say that White Boy 7th Street ended up outlasting him in the end, to be honest. I mean, then again, White Boy did have that arrest and they found all that weed shit. That's another story for another day. That's just funny. So anyway, but still. So it's funny how you want to sit there and slam people who have addictions and shit or addicts, and you're one yourself. Keep that in mind.
And addiction is something you got to have a lifelong battle with. And just because my addiction is sugar and not crack cocaine doesn't change that it's an addiction. I will admit, yeah, I should be healthier. I should do better with my eating choices, but I don't because I mentally, when I get checked out because dealing with people like you, I want to eat a piece of cake. I want ice cream, right?
Yeah,
and
so dealing with people like me,
do you think my life is making my life better? You're making my life worse.
What we're telling
you could just remove yourself from the situation, though. Like, it's not, no one's sitting here forcing you to stream. You're choosing to. That was a choice. Just like it was a choice for you to run to that ice cream, run to that cake and whatnot. If you know what I'm saying, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Kelly's available. Ask if you go ahead and get in that box and shit and try to relieve some pressure. You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess that would theoretically be putting more pressure on her because your weight. It's semantics. But the point being, if you want to relieve some stress doing that shit, I don't know. For some people, that's their medicine. Maybe not for you. But you know what I'm saying? But then again, aren't you on Lexapro and all this other bullshit? Like, don't you have downers and shit that's supposed to numb you to all this shit? The fuck you need the cake and shit for? So the surgery didn't work. The medication don't work. The food's already fucking you up even more than so. So are you just saying you're a lost cause? If that's the case, you have no right to criticize anybody. Because the system didn't fail you. You failed yourself.
you, like the information we're giving you, right?
The information you're giving me is you're taking something that I've already paid the price for 8 times over and using it and weaponizing it against me over and over again and use it as justification to White Knight.
What is the price of hitting your wife or fingering a little boy like you did?
Oh my Lord. No,
what about Gabe?
There's no, oh my Lord. None of that happened.
Didn't you like double down on the age of consent thing on Lolcow Live like a month ago either?
This guy sounds like he doesn't have teeth.
I can't confirm that one. I want to say they brought it up on Lolcow Live a couple of times, but I don't know if he doubled down on that. Can't really confirm that, so I can't say anything either which way.
Like
the way he responded makes me think that he did, though. I guess. So I guess that is confirmed.
I'm done with this. Like, you can't talk a reason with these people.
He about to run.
Well, I'm trying to. I don't know.
It's a mental issue. That's what they said. Dude. They want to see a psychiatrist.
All right, let's go to the other voice chat. This is why I don't hang out with the regular voice chats.
Wait, just be a better person.
I am a better person, dude. I'm one of the best people you'll probably ever meet.
You haven't changed over the course.
Good people don't have to say stuff like that. A good person doesn't say that. A good person doesn't have to say that.
Some point in your life, you'll realize how good of a person I am when somebody out there shows you how evil a person can be. There's going to be
I actually know exactly what quote he took that from, by the way. But first off, it doesn't apply to him, first off and foremost, and whatnot. Not at all. Secondly, it still doesn't prove shit. You've been a piece of garbage for a number of years, Wings, and you've not gotten better. You've progressively gotten worse. You've even admitted as such. But how the fuck are you going to sit there and say some silly shit like that? Oh, you think I'm so bad? Oh, well, when you find someone who's worse than me, then you'll know. No, you're both pieces of shit. There's various degrees to it, but you're both pieces of human fucking garbage. Feces, if you will. And it changes nothing. Just because, oh, if you guys think I'm a bad person, oh, well, that person right there is worse. It doesn't mean that that I'm still not a bad person. That doesn't change. That doesn't change anything. Oh, that's crazy. That's so fucking crazy.
A girl, there's going to be a girl in your life that's you're going to have a kid with that's going to use that kid and weaponize him against you.
Congratulations on confirming the incel shit. Oh yes, every woman you're going to have a kid with is going to fuck you over. Jesus Christ, look at Review Tech. Look at fucking Lauren, Review Tech USA, the baby's mom. She fought other e-thots to try to fucking keep fucking rich in position. So there's a good example right there, Wings. Not every woman you have a kid what's gonna fuck you over. Matter of fact, let's get into this for a minute. Didn't you sit there and say that Wings 007's baby's mother needs to change the child's last name because she should be ashamed that she had a kid with fucking with 007? You said that silly shit, right? I'm pretty sure someone knows what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure someone knows what I'm talking, because I know I saw that in a Lumix video, and I think I saw it in a Breaking Banquet video too. It might have been in a YOLO Dick Swagger video too. Now I think about it. Or Wings of Sigma. It was. I know for sure I saw that at least in a Wings 007. In a Lumix video for sure. So you want to sit there and talk that hot shit? All right, bro. Fucking A, bro. And that's the thing though too. That's about Wings. That's really fucked up. Wings of Redemption, I should say, is really fucked up. That whenever he can't get anything over on 007, the first thing he does is go after his kid and his baby's mother. They ain't got shit to do with none of this, bruh. They don't got shit to do with none of this. And that's one of the first things Wings of Redemption does, is go after that baby's mother and that child. That's fucking weird. That's legitimately weird shit.
Where's Pinky? Where's Jonathan?
You done? Look at you, beat up. Got beat up.
Sorry you guys had to see that. Like, this is why I never do these things.
And here's the thing. Remember, when this started, it was a 4-on-1. Wings' favor, and he still lost. Imagine that. How did you and those other two cats lose? Holy shit. Crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. On your own stream, you got bodied.
Thank you so much for the $500. Red face. Thank you again, Mario, for the 50. We had another 20. Chris, this guy finds an excuse to complain, and it's no. They pick out 3 things, and they hammer it over and over and over.
Hey, yo, if you want Wings, Wings, you want to run a fair one? Holler at me, bro. I got way more than 3 things I can hit you with. If you really want that, action, I'm all for it. Please believe. Because you're not going to hit your little fucking bullshit, fucking sad, fucking Lexapro, fucking Pignosis bullshit on me. That's not a thing, bruh. That's not a thing at all. And you couldn't even, and you say the same 3 shit, that's what they hit you for, and you still didn't really address any of that. You didn't settle on none of that at all.
Over again. It gets to be silly. It's the reason why I don't engage in, though. You can see over and over again why I choose not to engage that. It isn't because I can sit there not explain myself or lose. It's because it's talking in circles for like 4 hours at a time. And all they're doing is looking for you to mess up one time.
But that's funny because that's Wings' tactic. There's a lot of guys who do that, honestly. There's a lot of guys who will sit there and let you talk until they can find you in a gotcha moment. That's really what he's going for. And whatnot. To be honest with you, that's old shit. That was like 7-8 years ago. You need more than that now. Because someone can slip up no matter what. That doesn't mean anything. If you can catch someone in a lie, right? Or if you can catch them directly contradicting himself, that would work. That's the reason why DSP don't really want to speak to none of his detractors. Especially the ones who know, like, who really know they shit on him. You don't want none of that. Because he knows he's going to get caught up. He knows he's going to get caught up. And he already speaks to his detractors on a daily basis anyway. That's what the Bottom Bitch podcast or daily therapy session is anyway. It's just DSP trying to appeal to his fucking detractors. And that shit don't work. It just makes them work. It just makes the shit worse. So, and Wings is no better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can give Wings some credit if you feel the need to, that he's at least willing to engage with the bullshit, but it don't matter because if he can't get you to fucking take the knee, right, and just concede that he wins, because he don't want to break even. If he can't put you in a position to concede, then he just runs. That's worthless. That's literally worthless.
And say something incorrectly or say something that can be taken and used out of context, and they just want to morph it with you. It's like, come on, dude.
But that's literally what he does. Go and watch Lil Cal live, especially those early episodes. That's what he was doing the entire time. That's wild. All right. Big up some lemons. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That was, I gotta admit, that was fun. I may have to bring I'll bring the Wings report back next year. I just gotta see what we'll see what's what. He has a bunch of interesting moments like that where he just says and does stupid shit. Fucking A, bro. Like, he just shouldn't have he just shouldn't have engaged with it. He's not suited for it. He's not built for it, so it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys very much for listening in. I very much appreciate it. I'll catch you guys for the next one of these tomorrow as we continue our campaign of 25 days of Goutmas. Season greetings and happy holidays. Take care of yourselves, bro. And yet again, man, these little cows, bro, they're not people, bro. They're just not. They're not. You can't sit there and think because you say sorry, everybody's just going to be like, okay, fine. It doesn't work that way. There's always going to be a demographic that are going to hold something over your head. It's just the reality of it all. You don't have to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? If you're really sorry, if you're really remorseful, then theoretically it can't touch you no more. You've already acknowledged it and you're already moving on from it. See, a lol cow can't move on from it. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. A lol cow can't move on from it. Shit chaps their ass and they can't give it up. So it's funny how everybody else is losers, everybody else is incels, everybody's this, that, and the third. And yet, most of the time, they're the bigger incels of all of them. And truth be told, they can't let nothing go. Because, why, ladies and gentlemen? Because they're not really sorry. That's the thing. And you see that with Wings and, LTG, and Review Tech USA, amongst others. Like, habitually, none of those cats are really sorry for anything. They're just sorry they got caught. Or they're just sorry that they're being held accountable. That's all it is. So, that's why you don't fucking associate yourselves with fucking loser lol cows and shit. Anywho, take care of yourselves, people. Happy holidays. Later.